tried to keep it moving. I just got sucked right back in. That's my bad. But Chris Olave to the scrapyard, followed very closely by another wide receiver that Joe's scrapping.
Yeah, and that's going to be old DK Metcalf. And it's crazy. Like, just looking at the guy, I mean, this is like a love or hate player, I think. You either love DK Metcalf and you think he's like a top 5, asset to have, or you just are just done and you just hate him. You're like, this guy sucks. He hasn't had a top 20 finish since 2020. Looking at his fantasy points per game since that time, he's truly never been anything exceptional. I'm just out on the guy. I think he's had years to put it together, and he hasn't even had a top 10 finish since 2020 when he was wide receiver 8. So Aaron Rodgers is going to come in for 1 year. There's nothing really to be excited about there. And then he'll be into butt chugging ketamine, and that'll be that. And then who knows who will be the quarterback for this guy afterwards. But yeah, here's his KTC value. They got him as a wide receiver 26. But I mean, looking back to 2019, wide receiver 42, wide receiver 8, and then 2021, wide receiver 21, then 27, then 20, then 33 last year. When is he ever going to be anything more than just a super jacked athletic wide receiver? Like, he's never been poised to have a great season. I'm out on the guy. I'm done. I'm not drafting any DK. Even in best ball, I'm not drafting him.
I think the big part of the worry with DK is the touchdowns. If like outside of that 2020 season where he finished wide receiver 8, he had 10 tuds. 21, he had 12 tuds. Then in the next 3 seasons, he went 6, 8, and 5. Like, that's not elite wide receiver 1 levels of production. I don't have Jamar Chase in front of me, but I'm pretty sure Jamar Chase has had double-digit touchdowns in every season that he's played for the Bengals. Same thing for Justin Jefferson. And I feel like some people put DK Metcalf in that conversation. I don't know if it's because he's jacked, kind of your point, Joe. Like, he came out of Ole Miss. Everybody was like, this guy looks like Ezekiel Elliott, except he's a wide receiver. He's a big-bodied guy. He had a couple good years with Russ in Seattle, kind of took some target share away from Tyler Lockett, but a guy who gets 100 targets and scores 5 touchdowns, don't love that ratio. And he doesn't really have a lot of run after catch. Like, people catch him pretty quickly. A lot of these quicker cornerbacks, especially out there in the NFC West where they have some pretty good cornerback play, notably, across the Rams as well as the 49ers. So I am with you on this one. The Steelers' landing spot is probably worse than Seattle. Aaron Rodgers is a wash for me. If the guy can't score touchdowns, like if he gets back to double-digit touchdown production, he's probably like a wide receiver 2 or a wide receiver 3, and that's it. Like, I just, even that 2020 season, Joe, 17 points a game. That was good enough for wide receiver 8. That just tells me it was a weak year. Like, I got to see that climb into the 20s for me to really get fired up about somebody. So I'm with you there.
Yeah, and I have this guy in our dynasty league that we're all in, and I have him as we have the 2 flex spots, and I have him in one of the flex spots, and like I don't hate him there, especially for the years that he's putting up like a top 20-ish, like 25 finish. But I thought about trying to move off of him. Again, I don't like the Steelers. It's hard for me to stomach them in any capacity, but I thought about moving off of him, earlier in the offseason, closer to our rookie draft, because he's just not inspiring. He should be like a massive like jump ball receiver, and I just feel like he's not. He's hurt all the time. I feel like he always has some like nagging like knee or calf or like soft tissue injury. And I don't know. It's not inspiring. I will say I think Mike Tomlin's probably going to get the most out of the guy, being where he's at. The guy kind of controlled Antonio Brown for all those years, and we know how crazy he is in hindsight. DJ Metcalf kind of has that like wide receiver 1 like mental state where he's a little bit psycho, can be a little bit of a drama queen sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. I think he's going to get peppered with targets, kind of like a Deontay Johnson situation a few years ago for them, back when Big Ben's arm was hanging on by half of a piece of muscle. But I just don't see him having a good year. I don't see him staying healthy for the entire year. And I don't hate this sell. If you need him for like kind of my situation where he's your flex, I don't think he's an awful buy. But I wouldn't be like overpaying for this guy, or I would maybe be like lowballing an offer if you're going to buy him. So yeah, I don't hate the scrap.